show can be a little gay, but if you're not, that's okay. You can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews, Game of Thrones, Wynonna too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like dirty things. Dirty things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
And this is Tara.
On today's episode, we're going to Purgatory. You know we're going to Purgatory. We got some nerd news and some other stuff to talk about, what we all have been up to last week or so. But first, Wendy.
Hey, it's birthday time. Some people were born on what is an infamous day in this country, 9/11, September 11th.
Sure.
But we celebrate them on that day. There are several people like Harry Connick Jr., Virginia Madsen. But I'm going with my girl Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, yeah.
September 11th. Taraji. She's been in some things.
She has.
Some of the things that I really like. But her birthday. Well, how old is she going to be?
I think she's turning 47.
52.
54 for
Whoa,
Taraji.
she looks good.
Born in 1970. Yeah, she looks good.
She looks amazing.
She's Taraji.
Wow.
So would you say that's a win for me?
Win
Great.
adjacent.
What it?
You're the closest. If
I'll
we're
take
playing
it.
the game
What did
of
you
who
say?
gets us closest.
I
Yeah.
said 52.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were pretty close. You were
Thank
pretty
you.
close.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
good job. Here is a woman who I feel like was already a legend, and her legendary status has only grown in the last few years. That is the irreplaceable, undeniable Jean Smart.
Ooh, I
She's
think
someone that if I got a chance to like be in a room with or meet in person, I would be very, very excited about that.
Yeah,
think
I feel like she can, like, you know, captivate a room with stories.
Oh,
and,
100%.
yeah.
I think she's turning 80.
Whoa.
Throwing it out there.
Interesting. I'm going 73.
Sarah, have you seen Hex? Does she look 80? She's 73.
Oh.
73. Congratulations. Born September 13th, 1950.
We can't hear your stupid
Oh, but I can.
button. Your
I take this wherever I go.
By the way, if you
Ow.
haven't watched Hacks, what are you doing?
That's right. Coming back for
Are you
season...
hitting your button?
No, I was just doing
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's coming back for season 4, right?
Season 4.
Yeah, season 4.
That's one of those shows that I'm happy when it comes back. And after this season, the way it ended, it has to come back.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
I hope they have an end goal. I hope they are able to end with good closure, because this is not a show that... And I'm always scared, like, I don't want it to ever go downhill. in
Yeah,
quality.
same.
Can't imagine it will, but I don't want him to have that bad season, because it's great.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, September the 16th. A person that I know Tara and I both love, and Kat, you should too. Amy Poehler.
Oh, sure.
Ooh,
Who doesn't
classic.
love
Amy
Poehler?
freaking Poehler.
Ooh, I
There's
think
probably
she's
someone out there, but I don't
she's
wanna
turning
know.
55.
You sound pretty confident. Do you know that?
No, she's not one. I feel like I
Okay.
sure have IMDb'd her, but not recently. No.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 51.
I thought you might get it, Kat, but it's 53.
Okay.
Oh.
1971, Amy
right.
Poehler.
All right.
53 years old.
Not bad. Not a bad showing. Better than some of your others.
Thank you.
Bad.
I'll take that,
Yeah.
and not
That's
as
a
an insult
compliment.
as you had intended.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Classic. That's one of those apologies that you wouldn't accept, Tara.
No, I wouldn't accept it. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Sorry you feel that way.
even if your feelings are wrong.
All right, moving on. What else we got?
Well, we're starting. I'm starting this because I put this in the rundown to remind everybody up front. We say this a lot at the end, but I think it's good to remind people how important it is if they have feelings, especially good ones, about our podcast, that they should review us on Apple. I think Apple Podcasts is where you can write a review as well. So leave 5 stars, write a few nice words about us, because, and especially as these fun shows like we're going to talk about later start to come out, the reviews really help us, give us some street cred, and some actual cred.
Yeah.
That we're legit, and so we can get some guests on and do some fun stuff, and it really helps us out. So it helps us get to do fun things like moderate panels, because people say, "Oh wow, hey, people like these people." People like these people, and that's very important.
That's what we want them to say.
It's not a popularity contest, but I mean,
it's exposure.
It's not
right?
popular. It's exposure. Yeah. So just
exposed.
a reminder to review and subscribe. We have a YouTube channel too. That always helps, even though mostly we're just posting the episodes too. But you never know where you listen, and you never know what might drop, like interviews with the cast of Wynonna Earp.
Exactly.
So
for
that's
example.
where it's gonna be if anything like that drops.
Yeah.
So and you'll be the first to know. So anyway, just a shout out. It's real easy.
For the record, Spotify, you can also rate us on Spotify.
Yes, you can do a star rating. I don't know if you can leave a comment, or I think you can leave comments on episodes, but maybe not on your actual rating. But
may be right about that.
Anywhere you can, please do. It helps us out a lot.
It's a great reminder, Tara. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Now on to more depressing news.
Well, wait a minute.
Hold on.
There's some happy news for today.
Oh, there is. Oh, yes. I'll go ahead and announce that too, because I too put this on here and I skipped right over it, and I'm
skipped
just
your own note.
Mad at myself. Today's a very special day. It is. We don't really do like the days anymore, but today's S'mores Day, and I wanted to make sure we celebrate the beginning. The fall is coming.
Someday.
I've heard in other places, not here because it's 107 degrees here now.
Literally.
Yes. But it's S'mores Day. S'mores is one of my favorite desserts or treats, if you call them that. And I heard it's kind of more American. So I don't know if our non-American friends will be that familiar. But if you're not familiar with using a graham cracker to sandwich between it half a Hershey bar and a marshmallow, do it. And you'll see if you don't have something to roast it over, stick it in the microwave. Stick the Hershey bar, the half Hershey bar with the marshmallow on top under the graham cracker. Stick it in there for 15 seconds. 5 seconds. And it'll just get the marshmallow to puff up. And then you bring it out and you put that other side of the graham cracker on it. Voila. You have a perfect treat. So congratulations, S'mores. Today is your day.
Well earned.
I'm not the biggest fan of the s'more. I like them.
How?
They're good.
Shit.
They're messy, and you got to get the marshmallows burned just right, and then it's like there's a lot of marshmallow and graham cracker and some chocolate. But
Is this what causes the rift between Wendy and Tara?
No, look, I like s'mores. I happily eat s'mores, but it's just a lot of effort. It's difficult, but I like them.
I hear you. As a person that refuses to eat almost anything else with their fingers, I eat buffalo wings. Like I cut it with a knife and fork.
Oh,
a lot of things other people eat with.
How
like,
un-American of you.
I don't like it if my hands get messy. But the s'mores, I'm like, messy. It's marshmallow. It's chocolate.
I'm not saying it's not good. It's delicious. I do love s'mores. The taste. It's not my favorite thing.
Okay, I have a few things to say.
Noted.
A few things to say.
More for me then. That's fine.
Wendy, I saw something probably on Instagram where someone took like a little small snack size bag of like Oreos or some kind of cookie and like mashed them up and then did the s'more thing, roasted the marshmallow, put it in the bag, threw in the chocolate, and then mixed it all up. And then it's contained in the bag, and then you're eating it with a fork so you don't get your hands all messy. Maybe look into that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not like I'm supposed to get my hands messy. I don't know. It's just somehow never been my favorite, but I do like them.
Shocked.
I'm not disparaging the s'more at all.
I'm rocked to my core right now because I've never heard her be so ambivalent about anything with that
Some
much
sort of
chocolate.
dessert.
Well,
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah.
maybe a little too much graham cracker and
Were you about to say mayonnaise?
Oh,
Oh, my
Wendy,
God.
that's
Now,
the
don't
problem.
ruin
And
this. Don't ruin
marshmallow.
s'mores for me.
That's
Don't ruin it.
that's
It
the problem.
overshadows the chocolate a little bit. But here's the thing: I
You can
love like
adjust
at
the
Easter
ratio.
a bunny. Maybe it's the graham cracker that throws me off because a bunny filled with marshmallow, a chocolate bunny with marshmallow at Easter is one of by far my favorite things. Maybe it's the graham cracker that's just not
See,
that sets it off.
You need the graham cracker. You need a little bit of crunch, and you need something to kind of cut the sweetness of the
I don't need
marshmallow
my
mixture.
sweetness cut.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that's the problem.
I
But
like it
also,
all sweet.
it's the beginning of fall. Why is it s'more day today? It should be like summer, right? It should be like June or July.
No, I guess. I forget
What?
it's like a
Wait.
campsite thing,
It's
a
a camp
camping
thing.
thing.
Yeah, but it's got to be cool with a fire. This is s'more weather where it's a little colder. You're sitting out by a fire making s'mores.
Where are you going to be sitting
I
out
don't
by
want
a
it to
fire?
be
Wendy?
summer.
You still camp
hot in the summer.
outside of summer, though, Kat.
Yeah,
what I'm
this
saying.
is
Okay.
better
All right.
than hot summer s'mores where you're sitting by a fire and you're already hot. Summer, here, I got a fire. You need the fire because it's colder outside in the fall. And then you have the s'mores.
All right. We should move on.
Summer s'mores. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You're telling me that no one has s'mores in the summer?
I'm sure they do, but it's too hot
Wendy.
for that. Too hot.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I
Well,
didn't know
now-
this would be so controversial.
I know.
Now on to some more somber news.
This is somber. This is really somber.
It is.
I mean, by the time this airs, you will have heard this, but we are just finding out a little bit before we record this that the legendary, is that even strong enough? James Earl Jones passed away today.
Yeah.
I guess at the age of 93. Here's a weird thing though.
You
I feel
guess.
like-
You
Well, no,
guess.
here's
Wait, what does
no,
that mean?
He did die. But a few days ago, I saw a
Listen,
couple
he's definitely
things.
dead.
Like people had posted a couple things saying he had passed at 93, but then I never saw anything more than like a random couple of things. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
either
that's
so
weird.
this isn't true. But then I hear a few days later it was true. So that makes me wonder if did it happen today or did it happen? And if
Okay,
some people
yeah.
kind of got word of it, but then it officially was announced today. That's what I'm saying. But we found
I
out
see.
that today officially that James Earl Jones, he was 93.
Amazing.
If you're asking yourself, who is James Earl Jones, just stop it. Look him up. He is one of the greatest voices to ever grace cinema or stage or whatever he ever wanted to do. Commercials, CNN. This is CNN. That was him. Everything was him. I am your father. That was him. Simba, everything the light touches will be yours. He just did all the voices and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at I'm skimming, forgive me, James Earl Jones. I'm skimming his wiki. You know that he was a ranger? He was an airborne ranger
Oh.
in the military.
Wow.
And he got his start. Like, he was known as a stage actor. He's done a bunch of stage work and a lot of Shakespeare. Like, this guy was a legendary actor before he ever voiced Darth Vader. And, like, a very serious actor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's probably most well known for his voice coming out of that big black mask. But yeah, like, just, iconic. Just looking at all the movies he's been in, it's unbelievable. He worked with Harrison a lot. He did Patriot Games,
Oh,
Clear and
that's
Present
right.
Danger. He was, of course, Mufasa in Lion King. He was the voice of Mufasa. Like, just this, we've been hearing his voice our whole lives, and yeah, what an incredible actor, and very sad to see him go. 93 though, pretty good run. Seems like he had a pretty good life, but very sad indeed.
Did it say what he passed away from? I mean, I assume he's 93, but was he ill? Did he have anything, or was it just...
It says cause of death not immediately disclosed.
Yeah.
No, there doesn't seem to be any cause of death.
It could be just, like I said, 93.
He was 93. Yeah, exactly. But I'm sure we'll find out more soon.
Well, good thing. Didn't he recently lend his voice to basically give Star Wars franchise license to use it in certain capacities so they can continue with his Darth Vader voice in
That would be
future?
fantastic if he did, because I mean,
Thought I heard that. I thought you guys told me that.
Well, let me tell you.
we might have.
September of 2022.
22. I remember that.
Jones announced that he would retire from the role of voicing Darth Vader, with future voice roles for Vader being created by Reese Beecher using archive audio of Jones. So yes, you are correct, Tara. We will still be hearing his voice from beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right,
he is Darth Vader.
Yeah, because how are you going to replace? You can't. You just can't do that.
No. Okay. Well, rest in peace, James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you did, James Earl Jones.
Yes.
And let's not forget Field of Dreams and the legend.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball
Oh, my God.
Space Bowl. I loved him in that movie too.
So good. So good.
Go
So
the
many movies.
distance. Ugh, so great.
Yeah.
Well, now on to this week in snopping.
Oh, and we got a star for you.
You may notice, Kat,
Oh, I've noticed.
that Wendy and I are adorned with much metal here.
You got some hardware. Oh
You
my
might hear some
gosh.
clinking.
Look
Can you
how
hear that
pretty.
clinking? Can you actually hear it? Or is
I
it?
can
hear a little
actually.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
That is our medals. We competed. Well, competing is a
Hey, I got
very strong term.
yes. Let me look up
We
my placement.
completed
Yay.
successfully. Wendy and I did the Disneyland Halloween half marathon this weekend. Yeah, hey, I heard it that
You did?
time.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I did. And then I did the Chills and Thrills. This is Tara. I did the Chills and Thrills challenge, which included the day before the half marathon, you do a 10K, which is 6 miles.
You're crazy.
So then the next day, Wendy came in town and we did the half marathon. I'm calling it marathon weekend, though, because for the entirety of the weekend, it was a marathon. Because the day before, so I went on Friday, the Disneyland, they have Run Disney has an expo that you have to go to pick up your packet. You have to pick up your own. Sure. So then Wendy had to come the next day and pick up her own packet.
Okay.
But my girlfriend Rachel did the Chills and Thrills challenge with me as well.
Awesome.
So we went to the expo. We clocked in 4 miles because they don't let you park right by the expo. You got to park in the park regular lot and then do all the walking and stuff to get to the Disneyland hotel where the expo is. Then you got to walk the whole expo floor and get your merchandise and all that. So clocked 4 miles. We did a little downtown Disney after.
Oh God.
I was like, fuck. I was already tired. And then
Well, it's hot too.
so hot. That was a whole thing, right, Wendy? There was this massive heat wave going on. So it was hysteria of oh, they could have canceled the race.
And
oh my God.
Don't you think that I did not complain every second that I could about that? I was texting Tara because it's when we started, it was 100, 9,900. And then I swear every day I would look, or within the day, 102. Now we're at 103. Let's just go now. Let's just go. It got up to 104 was the high temp for the day we were.
God.
Yeah. So pretty terrible. And so for my 10K, we got a close hotel, but the way that the start and finish line is you could only go in from 2 directions, and the closest way from our hotel was, of course, one of the directions they had blocked off because it was the starting area.
Yeah.
So we had to go down around, which was about at least half a mile, a half mile to 0.75 miles.
Come on.
Each way. So just to get to the race. So I had to do that the round trip twice.
Yeah, twice.
So that was an extra 3 miles on top of everything else. So for me, I did 26 miles.
You
so
did.
I'm very sore, and I know when. Yeah, I feel my toes are hurting.
Oh boy.
And I got some blisters, and then
Well, yeah, that's expected, right?
below the waist.
Sure,
even
yeah. Friction.
shoulder helps. Yeah. So it was a lot. It was, yeah. After I finished the 10K, I was so proud of myself. I did that 10K, and I was like, whoa, it felt pretty good. And afterwards, I was like, okay, I still feel good. But then by later that night, I was like, it's not like I feel horrible, but I'm definitely gonna this will affect tomorrow.
Sure.
How the compiling effect. And so I just had to put it out of my mind. I was like, I didn't run a 10K today. I didn't run 10K. I just had a long walk, and then I just put it out of my mind like it didn't exist. Because otherwise, I would have just talked myself right into a frenzy of, oh, I'll never be able to do it. I'm too sore, too this. I did take an ice bath. So if you've never taken it, that was from as soon as I signed up for this, I was like, I have to take an ice bath after that 10K or I will not
be okay.
Yeah. Because we trained to 11 miles, right, Wendy? So yeah. I knew like just getting to the 13 was going to be hard, even if I hadn't done anything.
Sure.
I did my ice bath. I ordered 3 16-pound bags of ice to my room via DoorDash. I got in there. If you've never done an ice bath, they're the best thing and the worst thing ever, but they help so much with your recovery if you've done, something major. Or they also help, I learned, because I got an ice tub and I've been taking ice baths after our long runs. Read up on ice baths, on all of the, even just the neurological benefits of it. Yeah. So it helps with your body's recovery, but also it's good for your mental health. It actually supplies a more sustained and higher level of dopamine to your brain. And you don't go in there for like half an hour. You go into the ice for about between 3 minutes and 8 minutes or whatever, Yeah. So it's an ice plunge that you go in there, right? And so, it sucks for that time, but you actually get a higher and more sustained level of dopamine, more than crack cocaine.
I've heard this,
any of those hardcore drugs that give you that like extreme high.
I've heard
But the thing is with the ice bath is it works over a slower, it's not that like sharp increase, right? It's not this addictive, right? You get this sustained,
steady, slow up.
So I would always be so productive after I take an ice bath, even though I've like done some big, physical thing in the morning. And there's some people, they just work it in, even if they don't do something physical, they take an ice bath and it helps with your mental health.
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
It essentially by making your body, by shocking your body, it helps your body. So read up on ice baths and all the benefits. There's lots of published, many by reputable organizations of benefits.
That's great. Very good.
So it sure did help me. And then Wendy got to town on Saturday.
Saturday I drove in, went straight to the expo, got picked up my Hackett shirt and everything. I also did a little spin around downtown Disney in the heat, bought a few things there. Sure. Met up at the hotel 2-ish or so. Just kind of chilled up. Waited around. We had a pre-race dinner at Cheesecake Factory.
Which
good pasta meals.
We took an Uber there and then we walked back.
It was 0.4 miles from the
0.4 miles.
But for one, parking is, whatever. And
ridiculous.
I don't think any of us really felt like walking, but we did walk back. And it was hot. Again, it was like 100 plus at the time. So, good free race pasta meal that I'm going to be eating on for the next probably 2 or 3 days. So, but got an early night's sleep. Although the fireworks,
I think we were all in bed.
Woke me up by 6:30. It was like 6:30 something.
Because we got this big like suite, which is way fancier than it is. We stayed at like the Castle Inn, which is like not one of the fancier places, but they have these like big suites. There's a door. Nice. There's like with the beds on one side and bed on the other side. So Rachel and I were on one side. We didn't hear anything. And then Wendy was on the other side and some of these fireworks woke her up.
Disney fireworks, which would have been great if I could have gotten out of bed and seen them. But my view was of the hotel next door. So I couldn't even enjoy them.
So sorry, Wendy.
Yeah, massive fireworks. But whatever. People enjoy fireworks. I'm not bitter. I'm really not, but it did wake me up.
This is not a rant. This is not a rant.
It is not a rant. I do love fireworks, so it's okay. But then I also woke up at like midnight again because, when you're about to run, like hydrate. I'm so sick of that word. I hate that word. Hydrate. And like days before, drink. So of course you're getting out of bed in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom because all you're doing is drinking your electrolytes and your water and everything. Yeah. But anyway, so by the time I'm the one who's used to getting up at 2:30 in the morning, and Tara's like coming in my door going, "Time to get up," but I just did not do it. I was so tired.
The races started at 5 both races at 5 start at 5 a.m. So you gotta be there at the start line by
Trust me,
about
Kat, it's
4:15.
better that way before the
Yeah.
sun comes up.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
for
yeah.
Disney, they
And to
start
get you out of the
extra
park.
early. Yeah, because they got to get the parks open. They want all
makes
these
sense.
people out of the parks.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I think the parks opened at 8 a.m.
Mhm.
So yeah,
okay.
you
And you
gotta-
run through the parks at the beginning of the race, all the races.
right.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
It is.
So so we got ourselves out of that bet. I did 2 times in a row, which I mean, all the respect to Wendy because she does it literally every.
I do
day
it
for
every day,
work.
so
yeah,
cut me some slack.
yeah. So yeah, we're up and at 'em. We had our routines. We got up and ate our eggs.
Yes,
then
it wouldn't
got
be a
dressed.
story if you didn't know what we had for
Of
breakfast.
course. That's what people
We
want
got to do the
know.
breakfast story. It's eggs, hard-boiled eggs,
Mhm.
banana,
Good.
oatmeal, and then Tara, they were making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to eat as we walked to the run because you
Yeah.
got to be fueled.
Yeah,
Right,
of course.
Because I like peanut butter and I like jelly, but not together, sharing the same bread. So I got an extra protein peanut butter sandwich. So I just
Yeah.
had peanut butter.
Oh, Wendy.
Yep.
I know. Look, I know. So Tara, very much appreciated. Tara had prepared the eggs. She brought the oatmeal. She fixed all the oatmeal.
Aw,
She made the sandwiches. I mean,
amazing.
she had us ready to go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because we had to walk over there, we left the hotel around 4:15 to get over there by 4:30 to immediately get in line at the porta potties, and we still got out of the line of the potties right before the race started. It took us
Yeah.
25 minutes just to get to the bathroom.
Right, and there's still a bunch of people in line, and it was either you or Rachel, I can't remember, who asked like, "Well, what do they do? They need more porta. What do they do if all these people are still in line for the porta potties?" So we were
Yeah.
like, the race,
And you're
in
like,
line
they
at 4.
start.
Yeah, I was like, they start the race.
Yeah,
you
they don't
start late-
care.
You start late. Like, I don't give a shit if you're. That's why you get here early. Like,
That's your
But
problem.
we had time.
Wait, everybody, there's some people still in the porta potty.
Still gotta
line.
potty.
We gotta
Look,
hold off.
Time out.
They have
Someone's gotta
corrals
pee.
based on your time. So if you are fast, you do this all the time. You can submit a time and get like the first corral. They want the fast people out the way
just-
of the slow people.
Exactly. Or vice versa.
They
Yeah,
have,
right. They want the
Yeah.
slow people way behind.
right. They have it starts at A, Natch, and it goes all the way to I. So there's a lot of corrals. I think 14,000 plus people signed up for this race.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think we'll get to the numbers part later.
Okay.
So technically, they got section E. They got corral E. Somehow, I got corral C, which I'm like, okay, I'm not that
Oh,
fast.
you guys
we all signed up. I
separate.
signed us all up.
Oh.
They tried
Yeah,
to
we
sneak
still got
into my
that, yeah.
corral because they had C the day before, but a lady was on it. She's like, no, y'all need to go to E.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
went
that's-
back with them. I didn't want to start by myself. So I went with
okay.
them.
Oh, good.
So even though the race started at 5, we didn't start till 5:25, and it's this whole big thing. Like Mickey and Pluto and Donald are there, and then also like Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle Cow were all
Aw,
there. Probably
cute.
dressed as the Hocus Pocus characters, but I never saw them for real because they were far up the front. And they got announcers like trying to hype everybody up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
a
this
stage
fun environment.
show.
There's like
Yeah.
lights going around. There's this big hole, and then a video screen, so you can see once you get closer, you can see what's going on.
Oh.
And it's just 5 they start, and then like every so often another corral starts. So we didn't actually start till about 5:25. So we had plenty of time to stand there and
But you better be in your corral because they start
Yeah.
moving you up. And if you ain't in
Yeah.
your corral, you're out of luck. You got to go to the next corral that's lined up.
Got it.
so at 5:25 in the morning, we started the longest journey of our lives. It was about. I didn't at that point. I just stopped looking at the temp. I
It
didn't
was
want
about
to know.
75 when we started.
74 or 75. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so
Not bad.
it should have been
Muggy though. Muggy.
low
Yeah, I was
60
already
to low
wet
70s
everywhere.
during this
Yeah.
race.
Sure.
By mile 1 or 2, I had sweat already dripping down my face, even though
Sure.
it felt okay, But and the first about 5-ish miles, I think, are either behind the scenes of the parks or in the parks. Like once you get there, like you're in the park, and they have
Yeah.
character stops
That's cute.
where you can get your picture with the characters from Up were there, or like Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio or Gamora or whatever. They had lots of characters out. They had Jack Skellington and Sally. That was big lines for these characters.
40 people deep.
Who's
Yeah.
Seriously.
doing that? Who has time to do that?
You know what, Tara? I had a thought. Because I saw someone complaining about the characters, like that they didn't have enough rare characters on the site.
I thought there were some
wonder
really
if-
offbeat ones.
No, me
rare
too.
characters.
Me too,
Yeah.
but some people really get into
It
this.
was like Moon Knight was there. Like there was some.
Yeah. I've never seen Gamora, but she was there.
Right.
But my
Anyone
thought-
from Robin Hood? Any Robin Hood characters?
Not that I saw.
Okay, those are super rare.
There was a monkey. There was a big monkey, but I don't know what he was from.
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book,
Probably.
maybe. Yeah.
Probably.
There was
But my
maybe
thought
there's
was,
just a big monkey running.
I
around.
wonder if there are some people that sign up. They don't care about getting the medal, but they just go and they take their time and they get pictures with characters they may never see other than the race. I wonder about that.
Oh,
That's-
there are
I did-
definitely people.
because I see
that.
people would do that. I think they would.
Because a lot of the
That's-
people that sign
yeah.
up for these Disney races, if you've never done one, they're Disney freaks. They aren't necessarily runners. And I don't say that about, like, I love Disney big time, but I'm saying, like, they do these
Freaks.
challengers. So I did the Chills and Thrills, which is like the double up on races. There's this coast to coast challenge for people that sign up for all the Disney races at Florida, all the Disney, and like do all these, and they're just like upset, and they're on full costume, like they're obsessed with Disney. And I'm not saying that at all. It's like, but
No, it's not a
they aren't
judgment.
there.
It's just
No.
observation.
Wendy's probably right. They probably don't. I mean, but the thing is, they probably
They
want
just
the
get all the
medal
characters.
because probably
It's a
That's
collectible.
true because there were some really like different characters. Like what was it? Yeah, it was like
I
don't
took
know, some
blurry
characters
pictures
that
of all of them.
I'd never
as I ran
seen.
by.
Yeah, that I'd never seen just really being in the park. You know,
Interesting.
but like.
Okay, cool.
But there are the lines, and these people, they're not moving, and I can't even imagine standing that long
Right.
and then having to.
If you're
go
seriously
again.
trying to run, they probably do it, and then if they get swept, because there's a time if you're not done, they will sweep you off the course.
Right.
the
which means-
balloon
Um,
ladies,
which means
yeah,
you're done.
The balloon ladies. So it's like the red panda from Turning Red or whatever that is.
He
I
was
don't
funny.
think that's there very frequently. So I think sometimes maybe people do that.
Makes
But
sense.
yeah, so we
And-
started. We're going.
yeah. They did have different. I noticed almost all the characters were different from when I did the 10K. They had a different set of
like,
characters at all the stops.
Saturday
yeah.
to Sunday, different characters.
Right. I think Jack and Sally were there on that main stage. And again, there's like a stage show going on. People are just standing there watching Jack and Sally on the stage.
Yeah,
I'm like,
those are just.
I'm
Disney
freaking out. I'm like,
fans.
we got this time limit. Oh my God.
Oh,
We don't
yeah.
have time to stop for the bathroom, let alone the characters.
No, I mean that's why all my pictures of like snap, snap, snap as I'm running by, and most of them are blurry, but at least I've documented that there was a character there. So we're just going through. Like, of course, Rachel, she's long gone.
Oh my God.
It's like
Aw.
she literally got
Both
back to
Rachel-
the apartment, the hotel, and showered, and she was all done. We're like, don't even wait. Don't even bother waiting. 'Cause
Oh,
gonna
I
be
will
there
say,
anytime soon.
amazing.
Rachel came in 27th for her age group
Whoa.
for the division. And I think she was like, of all the women in the 10K, came in like 130th or something like that.
That's great.
Of like the, 4,000, 5,000
Yeah.
women or something.
Yeah.
And like 27th for her age group. So,
That's
she's a very much faster runner. So the whole time Wendy and I have been training, like if Rachel comes, we're like, okay, see you later. Like,
Yeah, bye.
It's not like, oh, let's run together. It's like, no.
No.
So
It's like
yeah,
me
she
and
did
Leah
great.
riding
She
bikes.
was
It's like, just go.
long gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, I didn't notice because I've never seen it like I've done a few Run Disney races now. And this one seemed really where we were very densely packed almost the entire way. Like,
Really?
Well,
really?
look, they haven't had races at Disneyland for a few years because of construction and whatnot. So they had one in January. That was the first one, I think, since I've lived here that they've
Before
had at
COVID,
Disneyland.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Since before COVID.
they shut it all
So
down. Yeah.
people are
Damn.
swarming back to this because
That
they want
makes
that
sense.
coast to coast, or people that live here that haven't been able to do one in several years.
Wow. Okay.
Um,
Damn.
there is one in January that I might have signed up for, but same weekend as the XenoCon, so I'm not going to do it.
Well, that's the problem, Wendy.
So Tara and I, we're going through the parks. It's all cool. It's dark. It's in the set. It's fun. Like the park part is very windy. It gets narrow. You're going behind the scenes. It's cool. But then about 5-ish miles in, you leave the park. And then it's like, oh, we're just on the streets now.
Right.
And we went up this part where you can see this slight incline. Here comes the sun coming up.
Oh,
and
shit.
it's like
Creeping up.
it's saying, here I come, bitches. You better be
Yeah.
ready because it's going to be hot.
It's like, you better
That's
hustle
the part I
because I'm
dread.
going to get you.
Yep.
You think you know, you don't
I
know.
think they're doing good, but just wait. And that's the part I like was fine. Like that's the part that I dreaded when it got hot. We're just on streets.
Yeah.
So, Tara and I, you were going through the streets. There's bands every once in a while. I never did put my ear, playing any music because a couple times I tried to start and then there would be a band. And I just, when you're actually running in the run, it's fun just to hear all the ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There were a lot of water / Powerade stations that I would alternate the drink. We stopped and before the race, they literally were like, do all the stops, do the walking, do not push yourself. Don't try to get your personal best today. Just
this is not the day for that.
Through it. This is not the day. So everyone were stopping. And then Tara had found these cool headbands to put on our heads the day at the expo that you pour water on your head and it cools. This band cools your head. So I was dunking water on my head every stop.
Good.
Once the sun came up and we did our run walks. We were going. And then we got to go through Angel Stadium and walk
That's
on
my favorite. One of my after
on
the,
the
parks.
field.
Oh, what?
Not on
on the warning.
the track
on the actual
around,
field. You go on the warning track, so it's
That's
on the field
behind the home plate.
and you go all the way from the outfield behind home plate all the way to the other side of outfield. That's
dope.
We got some pretty
there's
cool.
a camera
We'll post
at
some
the
pictures
end
from that. Yeah, and the
where we're
official
on,
Angels announcer guys
Jumbotron.
there. You're like,
sweet.
it's Tara, it's Wendy coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, great job, guys. All right, guys. By the time you
our
get out
names
of the
are on our
parking lot,
bibs.
yeah, by the time you get out of the
That's
parking
so
lot,
cool.
there'll be less than 2 miles to go.
They even
Less than
had
2
the
miles.
little video strip that goes around the stadium. It said 2.3 miles left to go, and we're like, okay, that's all right.
Almost there.
So that was like the beacon of hope for me. I knew
It was a
that
beacon
was
of
at
hope.
mile 11. And then as soon as we stepped outside, my right pinky toe was a little sore after the race before. I was getting a little, I was feeling it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we stepped out of Angel Stadium, I was like, oh no. And I was like, Wendy, and luckily, again, like a beacon of hope, there was an aid station right outside Angel Stadium. And I was like,
great.
I need to stop because something bad has either happened or is about to happen.
Yeah.
It could be a bloodbath if we don't
Oh
stop.
god! Oh god!
Oh no.
So, I had to stop and get this, what they call, second skin, what they put on the toe. It's like a little clear Band-Aid and it adheres. And so it stops the rubbing. This
Got
nice chick. She put some, put on, whoa, stand down, Kat, stand
What?
down.
I didn't.
But,
She's doing her job.
I was like, oh, sorry. You have to, she's like, don't worry. I see way grosser stuff than this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So,
So it was like
That
a
helped.
big old blister about to pop or something?
yeah.
Yeah, brutal.
And I actually have
brutal.
like a little smaller one on the other side too, but just those pinky toes are mad. But that helped. So I was like, all right, I'm good. And then we were like, fuck you, we only got 2 miles left.
Well,
we got this.
we were doing a little more walking, and then
Yeah,
we
did
did
some extra
some
walking.
slow running, some walking.
Yeah.
Everybody was at that point.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
100
All
fucking
the fast
days.
people were way gone.
Yeah,
So-
I'd say at that point, and let me tell you again, it was congested. Like you still had to be like weaving in and out like constantly.
Crazy.
And I'd
Popular
say at
race.
least there was kind of like 1 or 2 rows on the side. If you're gonna say a street was about 15 people wide, maybe 2 or 3 of the rows were people like lightly jogging at this
Got
point.
it.
And
Okay.
then
Not
everyone
running,
else
lightly
was
jogging.
walking
Got
or
it.
doing walk run intervals, so because it was already just like the humidity was building, it was getting hot. So
Fair enough.
So we got to about the last mile. We walked a good chunk of the last mile, which was
Yeah.
fun. Tara be kind of like, I mean, we're supposed to be running, but I'm okay walking. What about you? I'm like, I'm good. Let's just walk it out. And we're both like, okay, when we get to 13, because it's 13.1, when we get to
Right.
13, we're going to run the rest of it to the finish line. Because you can see it. Like, you got to go around this bend, and then you're done.
you start hearing the
And-
announcers, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So at 13, I took off. And there was part of me, I'm like, we've been together this whole time. Maybe I should wait, because Tara was behind me. I'm like, I can't. I just want to be done so bad.
Yeah.
As I'm getting closer to the finish line, I look to my left, and there's Tara joining me. I'm like, So then we're both like running as hard as we could at the moment,
Aw.
which felt really fast, but probably wasn't.
Hey,
And
we were like whizzing by
cute.
everybody
we were
else. at
running
that
fast.
point.
We were
Yeah.
running fast. There was some girl beside me. I was like, no, I'm gonna beat her. And then, then I saw Tara. I'm like, yay! So I was kind of like, I was like, so I was like, let's do it together. And we crossed at the exact same time. Crossed the finish line. So our
That's so
placement
cute.
out of
Oh, boy.
there were 11,162 people who finished.
Finished.
There
Yeah,
were
yeah,
over
yeah.
14,000 who either never started or just got swept off. There were ambulances. Like ambulances
Yeah.
came and to take some people off the course. Like it was hot. Like
Sure, heat stroke, man.
we
That's the
heard
thing.
sirens going on. I mean, it was some people just could not finish it. So Tara, out of those 11,000 plus people, placed 8,955.
Nice job.
Somehow, even though we finished at the exact same time, I finished 8,953.
Oh,
So one person
So
somehow.
somebody was right there with us that got count. Why we weren't back to back? I mean, there were a lot
Well,
of
no,
people.
that's true because they could have started after us.
That's
in the
true,
crowd
that's
behind
true.
us, but had the same time.
Had the same
like,
time, but
yeah.
why couldn't we be
Oh.
next to each other anyway?
Right.
But we were
Anyway.
basically tied.
Listen, you
we
guys.
got the exact same time.
Yes, I love that you crossed together. That's so.
But then here's the
adorable.
thing: you're done, but then you gotta walk. And you get your Powerade and your water. Then you got to keep walking. You get your medal. Then we had to keep walking. Tara had to get her other medal. Then you keep walking. You get a banana and a little food box and some candy. Then you keep walking. I'm like, you want to sit down? And she's like, if we sit down, I don't think I can get back up. So we found a table under an umbrella. We just stood there for a while and ate. Tired does not describe it, what I was feeling. And I know
Yeah.
Tara did
And it
too.
was getting hotter and hotter as we were
Probably
sitting
like
there.
84, 85 when we finished.
Yeah.
We had to walk back to the hotel. I thought I was walking slow, and then I turned around and Tara was like 10 feet behind me.
I couldn't use my toes to walk. I had to walk on my heels because
Oof.
I couldn't like grip because my toes hurt so
Yeah,
bad.
of course.
My pinky toe. Wow.
So
Yeah.
got packed. We had talked about going to get food after, but both Tara and I were like, I just want to shower and go home.
Go to bed.
We were wiped.
Yeah.
It was exhausting. And I don't say this often, but I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of Tara. I'm proud of both of us because it was neither one of us like or deal with heat. Well, especially this freakish hot weather in September.
Yeah.
We like doing it. It's not like there's some running people that are like hardcore running people. We're not
Right.
that. But we did it. We trained. We got through it. A lot of people didn't. We prepared. We did our drinking of our electrolytes and our water.
Yeah.
And we got through it. Slow, sure, but we did it. And I'm actually really proud of both of us.
Yeah. We stuck with the training. We got through the extra hurdle of the heat, And even if those 3,000 people, even if 1,000 of them never showed up to pick up their packets for whatever reason, who knows?
Yeah.
That still means 2,000 people just didn't even
Didn't
finish. So
it was hot. I passed some people that I thought, I don't know how they're going to make it. Because early on, there are a lot of not athletic looking people on that course.
Right.
And a lot of people going very slowly early on.
because again, they just like Disney and they want to dress up and go on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I saw a post by someone that said last time they'd done it, they made it to 6 miles. This time I made it to 9. So good for that. Like if they're legit trying to do it and they just can't, but still good.
Yeah.
I saw a guy said I had to tap out at 9, but I'm proud. I did the best I could.
Yeah.
So there's no shame in it. I don't know how many people are just there for pictures or just there for Disney.
Or for the
But-
challenge and
For the challenge, and if you challenge yourself and you can only do so much, then at least they
Right.
asked before the race, like who's been training for this, or who hasn't trained. And some people raised their hand. I haven't even trained.
That's crazy.
I can't
I don't know how
imagine.
you-
I
and
couldn't
I had,
even
like,
walk
do
that
that.
long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Even if I had 8 hours, I don't think I
Right.
could walk 13 miles
No.
without training,
Right.
No, not without like really hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm proud of you both.
Thank
And
you.
I know everyone listening is proud of you as well. We've been on this journey with you. Congratulations, guys. I'm really proud of you
Thank
guys.
you.
Yay.
We're glad it's over.
And now you got the hardware. Look at that.
Yay. So we did already sign up. We did already sign up for another race because we want to keep training but only a
Shorter.
10K. A 10K,
Eh, boy.
a Charlie Brown
Disney one.
race.
I mean,
Oh,
a
that's
Charlie
cute.
Brown one.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So it looks
In
very
December.
adorable. In December. So better for it to be cool by then.
It will be
Yeah.
cute. It's like Charlie Brown Christmassy kind of.
It's at Griffith
Yep.
Park. So
Exactly.
Oh,
if you're
very good.
interested, Yeah.
Okay. No, but
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because now I'm gonna try to go for speed. I gotta get in shape for other projects that's
a little tease
are out there.
A little
Yeah.
breadcrumb
Yeah.
that you've just laid down there. All right. Well, listen, you guys had a very exciting weekend. Very accomplished. You worked your asses off and you accomplished the goal. I spent most of the weekend on the couch watching television. Mainly because it was 185,000 degrees, but also we were dog sitting for a friend, and the dog wasn't going to go anywhere, so we're just hanging out with the dog. Masha, shout out to Masha. She's such a sweet girl.
What kind of dog?
Aw.
She is a poodle lab mix.
Oh.
So she kind of looks
Like a
she's more-
labradoodle?
Yeah, but she doesn't look like your average labradoodle. She's very much a lab forward. So like kind of a bit like long legs,
Aw.
long nose, but like very cute black, like just so sweet. She's a sweet girl.
Baby.
It was nice to have a dog around. It was really good. But on Saturday morning, speaking of toes, Tara, was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday morning, I was walking out of the bathroom in our bedroom. Leah and I were married. We have
Share
a bedroom.
yes.
Yeah. And we have a big floor length mirror, like a
Humble
really
brag.
big humble brag. Hey, we got
So
enough
big. It's big, you guys.
We got off Craigslist, okay? Relax. We can't afford like brand new. Anyway, so really big, heavy frame. I don't want to say I stubbed my toe because that sounds too cute. I destroyed my toe.
Ow.
The way that it felt, I was expecting to look down and see that my toe had been sheared off. It was the most intense pain.
Jesus.
It was horrible. So this is in the morning, so I like scream, and Leah's like, "What's going on?" And I kind of hobble out to the living room, and I'm like, "Leah, I fucked up my toe. Like I really hurt myself." She's like, "Okay, well let's sit down. Let's take a look." So I look at the toe. If these are my toes, this is my pinky toe. It was facing the wrong direction. I
can't even.
Oh, no.
I was like, huh, that doesn't look right. So I stand up.
Did you put a
I'm like,
Band-Aid on it?
I'm like, I gotta go get some ice. I take 2 steps and I start to see stars. I'm gonna pass out.
Oh my God.
And so Leah's like, nope, come here, sit down. So I'm like, I sit down. She gets the ice for me. She's like, put your head between your knees. Guys, I almost passed out. I almost fainted.
I don't blame you.
From seeing this.
She's doing quite a visual comparison with her.
So I iced it. I spent the rest of the weekend on the couch with my foot up. Leah taped it. It's really bruised.
Did you go to see if it was broken?
It's broken. Like
Of course it's broken.
they can't do anything for you.
Did they set it or like fix it or?
I don't think they can do anything with a toe.
There's no they. I just stayed home and
You
they
didn't go-
Leah taped it.
Well, don't you want to get it facing the right way again? Or
It
like,
is. It's fine. So I kind of like
You just moved it back into place.
I just like boop, and now it's
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay, as long as it doesn't start
fine.
looking gross.
no, it's
No,
looking
it's
good.
not. It's
I'll
disgusting.
take a picture for Twitter.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Please don't. I don't want to see that ever.
So that happened.
God
And
bless.
so while that was happening, I'm like, well, I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch a bunch of TV. So I watched a movie. Wendy, you're going to love this. I watched a movie, and you might too, Tara, and we'll see. It's called, it's on Disney Plus. It's a National Geographic movie. It's called Cursed Gold, and it's about the largest treasure recovered in U.S. history. And it's a really fascinating documentary. It's about this guy, smart guy, figured out how to get the gold, and then things go wrong. And it's a true story. And it's sort of like this is like, okay, if they actually found the gold on Oak Island, like this could potentially be what happened. Like it's not good. You know, like when people win the lottery and their life just falls apart. It's like that, but it's really good.
But they actually found gold in this one, and this is like after.
They found millions of dollars of gold. Gold. It was gold bars, gold coins. It was basically a bunch of people from the California Gold Rush taking their gold back home, and so it was just a ship full of gold in the 1800s. It's a wild story that was off the coast of South Carolina. Anyway, it was pretty good. If you like Oak Island, it's very interesting. It's well done. Disney has some great documentaries. I don't know if you guys have watched any docs on Disney Plus, but they're really good.
I watched the Chris Hemsworth Limitless. That was really cool.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I just like to watch him. So.
But yeah, I thought of you, Wendy, because of our love of Oak Island. I think you'd like it. It's really good. And actually, Wendy, Tara, you'd like it too because you actually find the gold. You actually have that
I wouldn't mind that, the
satisfaction.
mystery and the okay.
Yeah, it's really good. So that was my weekend. But then earlier in the week, I went to go see a movie in the theater called My Penguin Friend, and it's co-written by one of my friends, Kristen Lazarian, and it's a really cute movie. It's with Renee. What's his name? He's a French actor. God damn it. He was in The Professional with Natalie Portman.
Oh.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Jean Reno?
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hold on, Googling. Happening now.
I'm fine with that.
Why is it so hard? Gosh, darn it.
Does it have an actual penguin in it?
It does.
Oh.
There's a real little penguin, and it's based on a true story. Yes, Jean Reno. It's adorable. It's really cute. It's a beautiful movie. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh, and it's really cute. And there's a little penguin running around. It's really cute. So go. It's good for kids or people who don't have kids. Like it's just a nice, beautiful movie. So I recommend it. And then you can see my friend Kristen's name and give her a shout out. She's awesome.
My penguin friend.
My penguin friend. So that's what I've been doing this week.
Very good.
I would take running at the giant ass half marathon in the heat over doing that to my toe every time. That sounds horrifying.
That's fair. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yep.
It's okay. I'm recovering nicely. I'll let you guys know.
Right. Good. Okay. Because we got a big weekend coming up. We'll talk about that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Well, let's hop over to Nerd News.
Nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news.
We got a couple of things going on. We got the Emmys next week. We won't talk too much about it now, but I do want to mention some of the queer nominees.
Totally.
For this year. So I think it's next Sunday, right? The Emmys air. So we've got the 15th.
15th, yeah.
So we've got Jodie Foster was nominated for True Detective Night Country.
Love it.
And we've got Matt Bomer and Jonathan Bailey nominated for Fellow Travelers. And then Andrew Scott nominated for Ripley. And Nava Mao for Baby Reindeer. Lily Gladstone for Under the Bridge.
Awesome. I did not know she was queer, though. I did not know that.
Yeah. So these are folks that have come out as queer, or there's a couple in here that I'll note that are playing, actually just one, I think, queer characters. I
think Lily is playing a queer character.
Oh, so she is.
She is. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do a little more research on that, but I believe that is the case.
And then Hannah Einbinder for
Yay!
Hacks. Yay.
Love it.
Holland Taylor nominated for The Morning Show.
Also good.
And then the other one who is not queer that we know of, but plays bisexual character is Reese Witherspoon from The Morning Show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Ayo Idibiri for The Bear. So quite a bit. 11 either queer actors or queer roles. So, that's pretty decent showing.
Very decent showing.
Yeah. And so we'll figure out who all will go maybe next week. Next week we'll see what we have to talk about. What's going on?
Is there anything happening?
Break down the Emmys. Yeah.
Can I shout out a lady who was on our show today?
Oh.
Her name, I'm looking to find her. She was not.
And by your show, you mean
California Live.
Your NBC show.
NBC.
Not our show.
Not our show. No, that's true. She was on the show that I work on at work. called California Live, and I'm trying to find her name now. She is a director who's done a lot of stuff, and she is nominated for directing a comedy series that I can't find right now as I'm scrolling through. Her name is Mary Lou Belai, I think is how they pronounced it. She directed the Miss Pat show, and she was like this cutest little woman, Dr. Ruth-esque, who's been a
Aw.
director for like 30 years.
Whoa.
She's probably 60s or 70s, I don't know. She's like, yeah, I've done some action, I've done some comedy. Like she just does all these because she's done like NCIS or whatever episodes, NCIS New Orleans, like
Awesome.
cutest little woman. I would love to see her directing on set, but she was nominated and she was on our set today. And I mean, I don't know that she'll win because she's up against like Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, and she did the Ms. Pat show. But give her getting nominated.
It's a big deal to be nominated. So
Yeah.
that's
Great group to be nominated in.
I know.
It is.
I also like
Listen, to be nominated for an Emmy for directing is a
Oh,
pretty
Wendy.
big
Come on now.
deal.
Listen,
Wendy.
come on now.
Yeah.
Big deal.
I love how Hannah Einbinder, if she wins, like she'd have to knock off Meryl Streep,
Oh, no.
Carol Burnett,
Oh,
even Cheryl Lee Ralph. But I'm like, you go Hannah Einbinder, but that's some competition right
listen.
there.
Honestly, and this sounds like so cheesy, but to be nominated in the same category as just those
100%.
three women, you've made you're good. You've
Yeah.
won.
I'd be
You've
thrilled.
won. Exactly.
I love the lead actress
Incredible.
comedy too. Maya Rudolph, Jean Smart, Kristen Wiig, like those three right there.
Heavyweights,
Wow.
man.
What's Kristen
mean-
nominated for?
Palm Royale.
Palm Royale.
Oh, okay.
And Maya Rudolph for Loot. Obviously, Jean Smart for Hacks. I mean, it'll be fun.
Wow.
There's a lot of, I look at the comedy list. I've only seen Hacks, but I don't care. I don't need to see anymore. I want it
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah.
And Eugene and fuck. What's his
I don't
name?
know how to help you here.
Struggling
Oh,
today.
And
Struggling.
Eugene Levy?
And his
Wait,
son.
Eugene and Sean Levy.
Not Sean.
I don't know. You're
Eugene
asking me.
and
You're the one that does
Dan.
Dan.
it. Dan.
Sean.
Damn
Levy.
it.
There's a Sean Levy. Who is that?
Sean.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
he exists.
Eugene and Dan Levy will be hosting, which will be so
Oh.
fun.
Fun. Smart. Whoever put that out there.
Brilliant. Love them both. And yeah, Eugene is in the new season of Only Murders, which just started, which is so far so fun. Let me just circle back to Lily Gladstone. She uses they pronouns.
Okay.
She considers herself as non-binary, so she uses she, they. And as part of her Twitter, little like bio blurb, aspiring Ewok.
Oh, I like that.
Blame.
That's so cute. That's very sweet. So there you go. So I stand corrected. Lily is also part of the queer
okay.
community.
Not so.
There you go. Very good.
I'm going to circle back real quick to Sean Levy. Directed
Please.
Deadpool and Wolverine. That's why the name was in my head. Been in the news lately. One more shout out.
need to go
Outstanding
see
actress
that.
in drama series. Carrie Coon, Gilded
Oh.
Age. Which I've
Carrie Coon.
still not watched enough of. But you go
Carrie
Carrie Coon.
Should we go to Purgatory?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
She Nerds Out presents Live from Purgatory.
Wait, was there news this week?
Oh. Well, as is tradition, as soon as we release an episode, really big news came out. And
Yeah.
turns out not only do we have an air date for Wynonna Earp Vengeance, but it's like in a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's in a couple of days.
We were literally just talking about this on our last episode, going on and on about, do we think how will it be that soon? Even the 60th? I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe October.
right.
We made predictions. We were all wrong. Kat was closest.
I was
You
very
were
close.
very close. Very close.
Happily, I was the closest.
And I thought, no, they're going to wait because they want to do a Halloween vibe. And they did both because apparently we failed to realize that there is a Friday, the 13th, in the month of September.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant.
that news dropped. I believe it was Entertainment Weekly that dropped that news. Big article came out with Entertainment Weekly, basically doing dropping some exclusive photos And then at the very last line of the article, and it says you can watch Wynonna Earp Vengeance Friday, September 13th on Tubi.
Surprise!
Like, holy shit. That's a week. It was like a Friday that they, or Thursday, was it Thursday?
I think it was Thursday, yeah. But still, like, basically a week.
Yeah. So then the alarm started sounding.
Where were you when you heard the news? I was at work and I was in the middle of a show, so I like could repost one thing and I was just like, oh my goodness. And I'm texting, I'm like, here we go.
Wasn't it very early? It was very early in the morning.
It was like 6 in the 6 o'clock hour because I was on air with the show.
I was up early because I was trying to I wake up at 5:30 in the morning to get used to the early mornings for the race. But yeah, I just remember looking on there and everybody freaking out on Twitter, and I think EW had just released it like 10 minutes before, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, so we got the announcement, we got some pictures.
Yeah, I was in bed
cool.
when it announced.
Yeah, you weren't really responding because Wendy, I think, dropped it in our Snop Thruple thread first, and then I commented, and it was like, I think on our Sherds thread with Anne.
All of our threads were blowing up.
We're like, watch party, and then you chimed in around 9 or so.
9:20.
Wow.
So I woke
Thanks
up.
for waking up.
Well, listen, I woke up and I noticed I had a ton of messages on my phone. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And the first one I see, it was Sue's. So we have a little group chat, WhatsApp chat with some friends. And Sue's had posted Emily's announcement. I'm like, okay, well, what does this mean though? Like, what does this mean? It just says Friday the 13th. I'm like, oh, are they going to announce it on Friday the 13th or like whatever? So I was like, clicked on the link, went to the article, and I was just skimming. I'm like, I just need a date. What's the date? And I saw it was the 13th. And I literally, and this is before I broke my toe, I literally jumped out of bed and screamed out of excitement. And Leah's like, yeah, I figured it has something to do with Wynonna Earp. I'm like, yes! And yeah, but all the chats were blowing up. And yeah, we're absolutely going to have a watch party at the old Burbank homestead. And my goodness, the internet is very excited. And I'm officially now I'm going dark. I'm going dark.
Are you going dark?
Twitter
I was wondering. Are you
Insta,
listening or you not?
I've already heard people
Or
have
paying
had
attention.
spoilers and ruined stuff. So I don't want to mess around. At this
I'm
point,
checked out.
we're
I'm
so
checked out, too.
close. Like I don't want to say
Okay,
anything else.
so is it safe to tell folks that, I'm willing to retweet some stuff that I see on our thing, but you guys, I know you guys aren't checking.
I'm not going to look.
Go for
But
it. Do whatever you want.
Just to still make sure we're circulating some of the stuff. As long as if it's too spoiler, I'm not going to redo it. But if it's something like even today, there were more pictures released. I forget what the source was.
Right.
But they were like official photos.
Right.
From probably Tubi. I'm going to say Tubi. There was also like a new clip released today. Today's Monday that we're recording this. You probably didn't watch it. It was a clip. I'm going to say it was like 30 seconds long.
Okay.
I'm not going to call. What are you considering spoilers? Because
I don't know.
you keep saying things are spoilery. You'd mean basically like anything new from the show at this point, because
I think so.
I don't consider the photos that I saw today to be. They're just like stills from the
It's
show.
not a few. I don't either, but
Yeah.
they also
For me,
released a
they
clip.
didn't
I'm not
tell me
watching that.
anything about the story or anything about like nothing that I didn't already know from watching the trailers, that I couldn't have already put together from that. So I was a little confused on watching the messages come in, as in like I'm watching it, I don't want to be spoiled, because I did see that, and unless I'm really missing some of the big things, which I don't think I am.
Okay.
I didn't feel like it would have ruined. I mean, unless you just really want everything to be new, which I totally get.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I think there's the risk that something, even if these weren't that spoilery, something will
could, like,
come
slip
out. And
through.
I'm kind of, again, if this was a month away, maybe I'd look, but we just
Right.
have a few days, so
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't want to
so
risk it.
Snot may or may not be recirculating some of that stuff, but rest assured, we want you to all be very clear about this, that we are watching it on Friday, and we are having a watch party. We will be doing a podcast right after the watch party. Now we
Just
can't
like
watch
the old days.
because by the time everyone can get together, it's going to be about 8 p.m. local time,
Yeah.
Pacific time. So we're behind just about everybody. So
Absolutely.
by the time we podcast, it'll be probably after 10 o'clock
Yeah.
Pacific time. So, and then it has to get edited and posted. I don't know if it'll be that night or in the morning or whatever, but
We'll see.
yeah. But rest assured, we will be talking about it as soon as we can.
Yes, and it will be a spoiler-filled episode. So if
Filled.
what did I say? Filled? Yeah, I did.
Filled. Yeah. Mhm.
So there are some markets that won't get it, like the UK. They won't be getting it for like another week or so. So if you do not listen to that episode if you don't want to be spoiled. So you know.
Right.
But yeah, very exciting. Can't wait. And it's great to see it, Entertainment Weekly announcing the date. Like Entertainment Weekly is a pretty big publication.
Yeah.
And to know that they wanted to be the ones to release it, that's awesome. And it also, the Vengeance special made the LA Times 16 TV shows we're most excited about this fall. It's the number one. I mean, it comes in number one. It's the first one they show us. But it's like, come on, that's LA Times, pretty big, high profile newspaper across the country, not just in LA. And it made the list. So a lot of buzz. People are excited, not just in the fandom, but outside. People who aren't like super fans like us. Like, this is great, and I think this is just the kind of momentum that Earp needs to continue Earping. So let's keep it going, and the twittering and everybody freaking out this weekend. Like, let's keep it going. Let's trend it, because that's what we need to do if we want to see more Earp. It's all so exciting.
Are there already some reviews out?
Yes,
I have ignored them, but I feel like I saw some people posting reviews.
I'm only going to say
have gone out. Yeah.
That the two I saw were both very positive. One gave it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I know Nora Dominic posted a review today, who's been on our show.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's a huge Earp fan. So yeah, you're going to start seeing more reviews coming out. Things are heating up. To only give us a week between knowing the date and airing, that's like, it's actually, I think it's great. I think it still builds anticipation, but it still is a very, it pays off pretty quick. So
right.
I'm
because
excited.
I mean, when you think about it, like, they've made us wait long. They did a big old announcement back in February before they had even filmed the thing. So really, when you really think about it, it is nice that they're like, you know what? We've been almost forcing you guys to build this anticipation for 7 months now. So
exactly.
Now it's here, and get ready.
Yes. So thank you, Tubi. I think what they've done so far, they've done everything right. Tubi, no notes.
Yep. Well done.
And I'm excited, once it airs, we don't have to use Tubi in the names of our episodes anymore.
Hey,
that's getting hard.
It's getting hard. I counted. There's been like 23 now. So
wow.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge.
Good job.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's really excited, and we should be, because how often do shows get
I just want to mention
a thing?
Beck said we couldn't do it. I think it was Beck that said we couldn't possibly put Tubi in every title.
Oh, that's right.
I think it was Beck that said that.
Probably. It sounds like something Beck would say.
Oh, sounds like Beck. Well, Beck. Look at us now. Only one episode away. Now, don't you forget, Kat.
I know. That would be so bad. So somebody on Twitter had asked Emily, like, hey, is Canada getting it at the same time? So Emily says, yes, premiere is September 13th across all of North America, Australia, and Latin America.
Oh,
and then
so Beck will get it.
Beck will get it before the Brits. But the UK, it's going to be on, I have it here somewhere. Let's see. According to geektown.co.uk, Sky Sci-Fi is picking up the special for the UK, and it will be available on their platform on a day in September that we all like to call September 25th.
Oh, I do love to call it that.
They got 2 weeks.
So not too bad. Two weeks, maybe like a week Yeah, about a week and a half.
Avoid social media for 2 weeks. Good luck.
And that's tough. So yeah, we'll try to keep
Don't
the
listen to
spoilers
us for 2
just to
weeks.
that one episode. we'll try to be good about that. But at least you guys are getting it. At least it's coming. You don't have to wait too long.
Yeah,
but
so
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, our regular episodes we won't spoil anything, but we're doing that special episode on Friday. So
yeah.
just
We will
beware.
spoil everything.
It will be spoiled. Yeah, that should be completely bananas and chaotic. And our good friend Ann Hicks Bleecker, more than friend of the pod, she's family of the pod.
More than okay. Like you're gonna say, like we're girlfriends or something.
Oh no, yeah, no, did I not? We're dating. Did I
Very
not mention
special relationship.
that? She's crafting a signature cocktail for the evening, so that's exciting. So that'll be even more adding to the chaos.
I feel like I need
Couple
to
of
figure something
cocktails.
else like special to bring, but
Yeah, some sort of vengeance themed thing.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, we have to think about food. We haven't done any prep. Anyway,
Well, I mean,
talk
we
about
still
this
got a
off
few
mic.
days. Still got a few days. We'll
all
figure
right,
it out.
okay. And we're gonna do it inside. Leo's like, "Oh, you should set
Thank
up the
God.
screen
Oh,
outside." I'm
wait.
like, "No, babe, this is just. I don't want to fuck around. This is just
No.
press play. Like I
we
don't
need
the
sound.
pressure.
We need
We don't need to figure all why it's not working.
no distractions. Yeah.
Don't need raccoons scared,
We don't-
like falling out of a tree
That's
like that one
right.
time.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And also like, there's gonna be I'm gonna say, Leah, you're welcome to watch. You're not allowed to talk. There's no talking.
Yeah.
You
during
think-
the movie?
You think she knows that now? Like with this, like don't screw with Wynonna Earp stuff.
Wait, I don't know that she does.
Oh, okay. Well, so she'll have a whole mob there ready to take her on if she,
Well, yeah,
We'll just all
It's not
scream,
just
"Shut
you.
up,"
There's
at
a
the
whole
same
bunch
time.
of us.
She'll kick us out.
there'll be no, she won't. Wrestle me. There'll be an announcement at the beginning before the movie starts.
Okay.
As a reminder to everybody, mostly Leah. Anyway, exciting times. Exciting. It's so fun to be an Earp right now, And also, listen, there's the rumor that there's going to be an Audible thing. Like, it's an exciting time to be an Earper. We're so fortunate that not only is the show still around, but they all still want to do it. Emily wants to do it. Cass wants to do it. Like, and Tubi loves it. We love
Right.
Tubi. So it's all just been so exciting and just, so good.
Yeah. And I'm just
Enjoy
gonna-
these few days.
Right, and I'm going to put a call out of sorts to all the people that may not be Earpers, but may have other queer shows that they either that are no longer here anymore, and they might be fighting to get them back, or maybe we have some Warrior Nun listeners. Maybe they're not that into Wynonna, but for the love of God, support Queers on TV. Download the Tubi app or create a Tubi account
Yeah.
for this week and watch the movie. Just put it on, even if you're not into Wynonna. Just watch it, give it some views, because it's stuff like
Please.
this that helps other shows as well gain that momentum and shows other streamers like, hey, okay, these revived shows can be profitable to us and can
Or
create a
maybe
lot of buzz.
Proves it to Tubi. They may look for other things to resurrect. if
Exactly.
the Wynonna
Tubi
does well.
Exactly. So it behooves everyone, even if you're not a big Earper, just to support queer television and in general, to do that.
I think that's very
But
important.
down-
And yeah, I agree.
Make
Please.
the account and watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because Tubi's paying attention.
Yep.
And we know that Emily wants to Earp some more. So if Tubi sees what a huge impact Earpers can make, and that we want to spend money, and where's the merch, man? I want some official merch. Can we start
Right.
buying
Yeah,
official
so
merch?
true.
It would be so easy to put out some just t-shirts, but just imagine the merchandising. Imagine the kind of cool stuff. So if Tubi, if you're listening, and we know you are, let's get a store going. Online store. Let's let us spend some money. Please take our money. All
Good
right.
point.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tubi. Thanks for listening. Okay, well,
Good
what?
times.
this is our last show, our last sign off before we seen Vengeance. Next time
That's
we're
right.
back, we will have seen Vengeance, and we will be talking about
We will be
Vengeance.
different. We will be
world
different.
We will be
never
changed.
Be the
Forever
same.
changed.
No.
Nope. The Earp world will be forever.
There will be Snop before Vengeance and Snop after Vengeance.
BV and AV.
That's right.
Yep. PVAV. Snop AV.
You can catch Snop BV on Twitter. I mean, look, if there's any Twitter things happening, it'll be Tara because I'm laying low a little bit.
Same.
But we're there at Snop Podcast with 1D.
And Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
Hey, why don't you send us an email? You can do that by sending an email to shenerdsout@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And you know what? Go to our website, shenerdsout.com, for all your snopping needs. We have merch. Go check out our merch. We have some great merch, including t-shirts, stickers, mugs. You get the classic Snop logo. You get some hashtag Gay for Tara merchandise as well.
Forgot about that stuff.
So no, it's really good stuff designed by my two co-hosts here who have done a beautiful job. You can also send us a voicemail through the website. You can get caught up on old episodes. And you know what else you can do? Another way you can support us, because believe it or not, we don't make any money doing this. So we have costs, and the website costs, the hosting costs. It does unfortunately cost money to do this, and it helps us out if you can just kick us a couple bucks. You can buy us a beer. It's sort of a way that makes it easier to do this podcast. Not only rating and reviewing us, but kick us a couple bucks. It helps keep the lights on. We appreciate it.
We certainly do.
Indeed.
Okay, well.
Oh, man.
Usually I say this and it's like, until next time, she nerds out. But this, until next time. Oh, and there will be a next time, and it will be epic. She nerds out.
BV.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
I think that's like a STD or something too, or some kind of
Great.
like
That's not good.
womanly issue.
A lady thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's bacterial. Bacterial vaginosis.
Oh, no.
BV.
It's perfect.
An unpleasant vaginal odor, especially after sex or during and after your period.
Oh, boy.
that tracks.
Include unusual discharge from the vagina.
Oh Lord.
Itching or so irritation around the vagina.
It's unpleasant. It
Urination,
sounds
redness or swelling.
It does
very
sound
unpleasant.
Couldn't have brought that up before. I mean, AV, all we got is audio video, but BV, we got serial
Well,
res.
it's better to get to AV then. That's what
Oh, we should leave this in.
Oh, we are. That's a tag right there. That is a tag.